So you've been called a social justice warrior, an SJW. Congratulations. Probably means you're doing something right. I don't think that means you should wear it as a badge of honor, though, because it probably also means you're doing something wrong. That is, hating, which doesn't support true justice, in my opinion. Hi, I'm Sean from dishonorableSpeechandPolitics.com, and today I'm going to give some suggestions for how to make the transition from social justice warrior to true justice lover. Now, social justice warrior is a term that, in my opinion, is typically used with some hate behind it. But I believe it's also generally indicative of some hate present in the recipient of the term. So I differentiate between social justice warrior and true justice lover as follows. I define a social justice warrior as someone who's at least in part motivated by hate of injustice to apparently support justice, while a true justice lover is motivated overwhelmingly by love to support true, not just apparent justice. To figure out if you may be in denial about doing things out of hate of injustice, check out my recent video on how to know if you're doing something out of hate or love. What then are some things you can do, if you want to start to shift yourself away from hating injustice to loving justice, or what I'd call going from a social justice warrior to a true justice lover? Number 1, come to love white supremacists. What? Yes, come to love white supremacists. Don't love their beliefs, just love them as people with their own struggles. Same goes for any group whose beliefs and actions you think are bad. Basically, don't hate the haters. Love them, which means wanting to help them as people, such as honestly wanting to help them hate less because their hate is hurting them and their experience of life. And if you want to know how to help someone hate less, figure out how to help yourself hate less first. Also, while you're loving the haters as people, still do the loving thing of standing firmly, not violently, against hateful words and actions. Number 2, in general, don't call anyone a racist, a sexist, a bigot, a misogynist, or misandrist, someone who hates males, an Islamophobe, or a homophobe. Why? Because you're assuming bad intent or bad beliefs, and we can never know these things for sure, even if it seems like we can. Plus, I believe if you give someone the benefit of the doubt, you leave more room for them to grow. Number 3, don't be too quick to judge. This is a generalization of number 2. Try others on and build your capacity to feel empathy, the source of love. That's super important in my opinion. Number 4, support your positions regarding injustices with well-reasoned and well-thought-out arguments, and if after thinking about it more you realize that your opinions may have been a little bit off the mark, own that and adjust your current positions to your updated understandings. Number 5, support free speech. Letting even those you adamantly disagree with have their say. Then refute their arguments with well-thought-out ones of your own. Don't resort to name-calling or ad hominem attacks on someone's personhood. I think part of the reason some people are against allowing all free speech, including hate speech, is that they feel that they themselves could be swayed by it. If you become strong enough in your convictions, in your love rather than hate, this should no longer be the case, and then hate speech likely won't seem as threatening in terms of how much you're worried about it convincing people to support hate over love. Number 6, watch yourself for use of any punishing words or tone to your words. Okay? Perhaps think, how can I make the world better, trying to help this person I'm interacting with right now as well, since they're part of the world? Instead of thinking something like, how can I punish this person out of the way of how I know the world would be better? Number 7, when you find yourself hating injustice, try to shift your focus to loving justice instead. For instance, if you find yourself getting upset about what you perceive as someone supporting systemic racism to help keep down people of color, can you shift your focus instead to think how wonderful it would be if we all tried to raise each other up rather than tear each other down, regardless of our differences, even differences in how hateful people's behavior appears? I'll give you an example from me. When I hear politicians speak dishonorably, I could go to, oh man, this guy's unbelievable, what a jerk. Or I could think, wow, this is not good. What can I do to shift this behavior in the world? DishonorableSpeechandPolitics.com. That's what. Boom, mic drop. Don't worry, I cut off my other hand. I don't want to break the mic. I love it. I don't hate the mic. Number 8, speak honorably. You knew it had to be in here somewhere from a guy who runs a website with a name like dishonorableSpeechandPolitics.com, the longest URL on the internet. Not literally, actually. I define speaking honorably as speaking in a way that ultimately supports love and value building over hate and value destruction, which to me sounds like something a true justice lover would want to do. Watch my video on 10 ways to speak more honorably for some ideas on how to do this. I hope this video may help you in some small way to become more of a lover than a hater, which was the real point of it. Also, if you implement a bunch of these things and, people still call you a social justice warrior, Well, screw them because they're probably just a bunch of bigots anyway. Just kidding. Okay, thank you for watching. Hopefully I didn't traumatize anyone with that closer. Just trying to entertain a little while getting the message across. Okay, bye.